On this sample, I want you to sew with a 90-degree angle 5/8 of an inch away from the edge of your fabric. So as you're sewing and you're going along at a 5/8 of an inch distance, when you get to turn, you have to turn 5/8 of an inch away from your next side that you are going to sew. So over time, you will become very familiar with what 5/8 looks like, or a half an inch, or whatever the case may be. Until you become familiar, it's not a bad idea for you to go ahead and lightly mark your fabric at that 5/8 of an inch. And as you can see, I marked it exactly 5/8 of an inch in both directions because, of course, I know exactly what 5/8 of an inch looks like. So you're going to back stitch like you do, but I want you to sew at a 5/8 of an inch distance from the edge. So as you sew, take your time, do not get in a hurry. This is not a race. But as you sew, you will need to stop 5/8 of an inch from the corner. And I am now stopped exactly 5/8 of an inch. Now, how do I know that? Well, I can turn it. And again, you're going to have your tape here, 5/8 of an inch away from your needle. So you can line it up and see, oh, yep, I am exactly at 5/8. Maybe you have to take one more stitch to get at 5/8. So let's go this time and sew. And I'm going to follow my 5/8. And when I get ready to determine whether I'm at 5/8 or not, I'm going to stop, remember, needle down, and I'm going to turn and I'm going to go, oh, I'm not 5/8 yet. I need to take another stitch. So let me take another stitch. And now let me see if I'm at 5/8. Well, I'm still one more stitch away from 5/8. Now I'm exactly lined up with my 5/8. Now remember, I do have a 5/8 mark here on my sewing machine that I am following. You are going to have tape. My sewing machine is very much set up to sew garments, so the 5/8, half an inch, 3/8 are all very much part of this is 5/8, this is 3/8, this is a 1/4 inch. It's very much marked both here, here, and up here. So I have my guides. Yes, I can see it with my eye, and I know what 5/8 looks like by just looking at it, but I'm also using the guides on my machine, and you can use the guide that's already on your machine, so you will have a guide already drawn on your machine indicating, or you are just simply going to put your blue tape. And so I will now finish again following my 5/8. My eye is not on that needle. My eye is down here, keeping the edge of my fabric on that 5/8 mark. You no longer are going to be looking at fabric when you're sewing. It's sort of like when you're driving a car. You're not looking at the hood of your car to see where you're going. You're looking ahead down the road, and you steer your car according to what's coming. So you are lining up your fabric with the mark, with the tape, with whatever it is that's on your machine. You're not looking at the needle. You're looking here and making sure that edge of fabric is lined up with edge of tape. Don't forget, you are going to back stitch. And so you can measure and see that we have sewn 5/8 and at the corner of the 5/8 exactly, I turned, I maintained my 5/8 distance. When I came to this corner, I needle down at the 5/8 point and turned. Again, it's best if you just simply use the tape that you are going to have on your machine to follow. Again, I have a 5/8 mark on my machine right here, and I use that as my guide. If you don't have 5/8 marked on your machine, you're going to measure from the needle out to the right of the needle 5/8 of an inch, and then you're going to place your tape along the edge of that tape of that measurement, whether it's the ruler, whether it's your seam gauge, and you're going to place that tape along that 5/8 width. And so then you will place your fabric along the edge of that blue tape, and you will sew that way. Each measurement, if you then have to change to a 1/2 inch, you're going to move your fabric, your tape over to a 1/2 inch. If you have to do a 1/4 inch, you're going to move your tape over to a 1/4. If you have to go back to 5/8, you'll move the tape back to 5/8. But learn to sew and learn those measurements. Be precise with your measurements. It's important with garment construction, with bag construction, with any construction, that you sew exactly where you are intended to sew.